So far, we've been exploring how to perform all types of edits. If you've noticed, however, with every single one of those edits, we've been cutting in both video and audio at the same time. So I'm going to go into my 3.7 keyword collection, and I'm going to load my video audio corrected project. And this is what we've been working on. We have our interviews on the primary storyline. We have our connected clips above that. And as I've been cutting in my connected clips, I have been conscious of their audio levels. So if something was too loud, I would just drag this line down accordingly so I could hear my interview audio. So I'm going to go to this purple marker here and zoom in just a little bit, and I'll play over just a little bit of this.
At Project Reload, we create environments where there is a certain amount of adversity, both scripted and unscripted, where our participants, which are both corporate executives and transitioning veterans, have to work together and have to rely on one another.
When you have an experiential kind of event like Project Reload, you go off in the woods and you do things and you get that emotional bond with people and you really see this stuff firsthand, that's when that lesson gets rooted very deeply in your DNA.
So hopefully you agree it was very easy to hear those interview subjects, and we heard just a little bit of the ambient audio from those connected clips. Now, all of that said, we have not gotten to audio editing yet. We still very much need to go in and clean this sequence up audio-wise, which we will do in Chapter 6. But again, as we cut in our B-roll, it's nice to at least make sure that we mix it enough so that we can hear our interview audio. So let me play this section of the sequence again, this time assuming I did no correction. So I'm going to load video audio only raw, and I'm going to come back to that purple marker. And again, this is the uncorrected raw audio coming from those connected clips.
At Project Reload, we create environments where there is a certain amount of adversity.
You gotta at least get down there with it so you can take a picture.
I'm going in. And transitioning veterans have to work together and have to rely on one another.
When you have an experiential kind of event like Project Reload, bond with people.
So you get the picture. It really isn't even possible to understand what the interview subjects are saying if you don't make these adjustments. So again, you could go in one at a time and lower them like so. Or if you wanted to, you could do this en masse. Let me undo that, Command-Z a couple times. You can actually select your clips and then open up the inspector. That's Command-4 or this on-screen button here. And you can bring audio levels down. And notice my line lowers as I reduce the volume. Now I'm bringing everything down uniformly, and some of these clips are much louder than others. So I would probably need to come back in and tweak this a little bit, making some clips louder and some clips quieter. So as we come into these extremely loud clips, we would need to bring that down even further. So it does take quite a bit of care on a clip-by-clip basis. Now, in a situation like this, I really like a little ambient audio. I think it adds a little texture to the program. Sometimes, however, you just don't want the audio. So you can bring it all the way down to negative infinity, and that is the equivalent of being silent. And the cool part about that is that if you ever did want to bring it back, you could. But if you're absolutely sure that you want to blow out all of your audio, it's very easy to do. Go ahead and just select the clips for which you would like to remove the audio, and then right-click and choose Detach Audio or Control-Shift-S. Now, as you can see, the audio from all of my connected clips is down here. And what are they? They are little connected clips in themselves. However, they're no longer attached to the clip that it came from. They're now attached to the primary storyline. So you can see the connection point there, and it's now attached to this interview of Christian. I can, of course, move this around, and there certainly are circumstances where I would want to do that. I can trim it in and out if I need to layer my audio. But in this case, as I said, we just want to delete it. So I can select all of that and then press delete. And now I don't have any audio associated with any of my connected clips. Again, probably not what I would want to do in this case because I do like that ambient audio, but there are certainly situations where you do want to do this, so you need to know about detach audio. I'm going to undo that, Command-Z, several times, and my audio is back in my connected clips. And I'm going to come to this third project here because I want to talk about making video-only and audio-only edits. So if you haven't yet edited the clips in question into your sequence, you have the option of controlling exactly what elements get brought down into the timeline. So I'm going to, find my shot of this guy going down the ladder. And I'll mark an in and an out, okay? And again, I'll play it for you so you can see how loud it is.
Coming down. You gotta at least get down there with it so you can take a picture.
So if you have foresight, at the very least, you might want to come over to the inspector and bring those levels down. And then when you edit this into the sequence, it's already taken care of. But let's go back to that scenario where you don't want to include any audio in the first place. I'm going to come to this menu here. And right now I'm editing all, or both video and audio in. If I want to do video only, I can select this or press Shift 2. So I like the keyboard, so I'm going to press Shift 2, and now I'm making a video only edit. So go ahead and press Q, and you can see that I do not have any audio associated with that. And then I'm going to find the next shot here, mark an in and an out, and press Q. And again, no audio. So it stays on that type of edit until you change it. So again, in this menu, if I wanted to go back to editing video and audio, I would press Shift 1, and I'll make that edit again, Q, and you can see that I have my audio. Just so that you're aware, there is a little visual indication of what you're editing in. So if you are editing in both video and audio, these are what the icons look like. I'll press Shift 2, and you can see that it turns into little pictures, so video only. And if you press Shift 3, it turns into the little speakers, so it's audio only. Just one more thing I want to mention about this. Sometimes you want the audio to flow from one shot to the other, so you want to use the audio from one shot to cover both. In that case, instead of detaching your audio, I would recommend expanding your audio. So I'm going to select this clip and choose Expand Audio. And now it did not detach my audio and connect it to the primary storyline. It's simply opening up my audio on this connected clip. And I can ripple this out, and it doesn't quite cover the very beginning of this clip, so I might have to do a little bit of trimming there. And then I can collapse this back up. So if I select this and choose Collapse Audio, now the audio from this clip is underneath this clip.
So you both scripted and unscripted. For our participants, which are both corporate executives.
And I would need to bring that down quite a bit. So there's a lot of things that you can do to blend your connected clip audio with your primary storyline audio. Bottom line, you want to make sure that you can hear the interview first and foremost. We will touch on lots of audio editing strategies in Chapter 6, but as you continue to do this basic editing, these are strategies that you should be aware of.